Slimehouse TV, myself Theo Kane, welcome back to Toy Talk Tuesday. Hold tight the Slime Alliance, the Slime Renegades, and I sincerely hope that everybody that's locked in is having a good fucking day and ready for an awesome episode of Toy Talk Tuesday. So in today's episode, I'm going to show you some figures from a show called The Guyver. What do you know about The Guyver? It's no secret to anybody that's watched any of my Dragon Ball Z watch-along videos and stuff like that, that growing up as a kid, I was never the biggest fan of anime. Anime is something that I grew an appreciation for much later on in life. It was like my mid-20s before I started to like anime. But I always loved Akira and I always loved the show called The Guyver. So there's a few different iterations of The Guyver. Some people like the anime, some people like the mid-2000s animated show that they did, but my favourite is the late 80s show, The Guyver. I had them on VHS and I was a big fan of the design of the characters in it and things like that. It's always been my favourite, pretty much my favourite anime of all time, still to this day. Which is why you can probably tell that I was buzzing when recently I got a big box of stuff donated to me from one of my Slime Alliance members. Big up to that guy, you know who you are. And inside was a couple of Guyver figures. So in today's episode, I'm going to have a look at a couple of figures made by Figma of two of the dopest characters from the show Guyver. Now normally on this channel I only really review retro toys, and that's not because I made a rule for myself or anything like that. I only really fucks with retro toys, but there is some modern toys that I like, and every now and again I'll bust out a modern toy on this channel. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to take a look at these two dope characters from Guyver by Figma. Let's get into it. So let's have a look what we're dealing with. In these bags I've got two different Guyver figures that are both made by a Japanese company called Figma. Now Figma are very well known for having lots of different attachments and accessories when you get the figures from them. They're also very good for putting into different positions and used for like drawing reference and stuff like that. You can pretty much put these in any position. They have so much articulation and stands that allow you to put them in any position. So let's have a look at this one first. Let's look at this Guyver, Guyver 1, the OG Guyver. So yeah, tons of stuff, arm blades, hand attachments, all kinds of things. Look at all these hands. It almost looks like overkill, like you don't need this many hands, but I'll take them. There's even this little rack so you can put them all on it and you don't get them lost. This is the stand that'll fit in his back, allow him to stand up in any position. Put him in some dope fighting poses and that kind of thing. And this is awesome. This is the Guyver unit. This is how the Guyver actually starts before it wraps around your body. It's inside here, loads of tentacles wrapped around a little crystal that's almost like a parasite. It chooses a host, it wraps around you and it gives you the fucking dope Guyver armor. There's also this separate chest piece, so you can have his chest like this, closed, looking normal, and then you can use this one that allows it to open up for the Mega Smasher. One of the weirdest and dopest like finishing moves of any hero ever. The name always made me laugh as well, the Mega Smasher. Sounds like something that a little kid thought up while he were playing goodies and baddies. Oh, inside his bag as well, it looks like his little horn on his head's kind of bent. It's gone a bit skewiff. We'll have to fix that. I'll figure out a way to bend that back into position later. But yeah, man, I love how you can open his chest and close it for the Mega Smasher. I always love his feet as well, Guyver. Not in a weird way, no kink shaming, but I just like the fact that they look like some weird ninja shoes mixed with like insect armor. He's got a mad mix of like masculine and feminine traits with this alien like insect vibe going on. I fucking love it. Bio booster armor. I don't know what it is about Japanese designers, but when it comes to creatures, monsters and armor, they always just fucking knock it out of the park, man. So he doesn't seem to stand up very well on his own, but then that's why we've got these Figma stands. These are the same kind of stands that you can buy for your Gunpla Gundam models. It's actually pretty much the exact same size as my RX-782 Gundam model that you will have seen me build on this very channel. But they've got these little adjustable arms and poles so that you can connect it all together, stick this little peg in his back, and then you can stand him up in any position that you want. And again, if you wanted to just use this for drawing reference, you were drawing a Guyver, you were creating a Guyver fan comic or something like that, these figures would be fucking prime for it. Another one of Guyver's most iconic weapons are his arm blades, his Guyver blades, and we've got a couple of different variations in these sets as well, so you can have them short, you can have them long. Sometimes Guyver has them short, then other times he ching extends them and cuts a fucking Zoyanoid's arm off and shit, so no matter what position you put him in, you've always got the right size blade for the pose. Right, let's have a look at these hands, because there's so many different ones. Like I said, sometimes when it comes to these figures, it almost seems like overkill. Like, it's not necessary to have so many different hand positions, but if you were going to draw this thing, like I said, as a drawing reference, this would be a fucking dream come true. And also, with our particular collectors are and our different people want them positioned in their cabinets and stuff, it makes sense that they come with so many different hands, even if they are only slightly different to each other, some of them. So you can have the classic open palm, fingers spread wide, anime position. Hi! Or you can do, you can't see me! This one's kind of weird because it's like a gripping hand, like it should hold an accessory, even though Guyver never really uses any other weapons than the ones that's built into his armor. This one's some dope karate chop arm. Cha-cha-cha-cha! Whoochish! Fuck off! Yes! These ones are kind of ill. They're like kung fu grip action, like he's ready to do a bit of grappling, a little bit of ground and pound. Definitely got to do something about that horn on his head. I don't like that bend. It looks stupid. Right, let's have a look at this guy, Guyver 3. When I was a kid growing up watching the Guyver anime, I always thought that the Guyver 3 had the dopest armor out of all of the other Guyvers. He's got a lot more horns and spikes than the other units. If Guyver 1 and 2 are beetles, then Guyver 3's a fucking scorpion. Look at this shit as well. His horns bent even worse than the other Guyver. Gonna have to fix both of these horns before we wrap this video up. And just looking through all the little attachments, very much like the other Guyver, this guy's got lots of different hands. He's got different arms by the look of it. A couple of different chest pieces. He's got some real long fucking extendo arm blades, so they're awesome to see. Look at all these hands, man. I think this guy might even have more hands than the first Guyver. How many bastard hands do we need? He's got these little gripping hands as well, but they're nothing to grip them with. Perfect for holding Gamorrean guard axes. Yo, I take back what I said about this guy being a scorpion. He's more like a fucking praying mantis. Look at the size of them blades. They're like a whole samurai sword sticking out the end of his elbow. Oh, and tell me that don't look fucking sick. His Mega Smasher looks like a pair of eyeballs. Shit looks like fucking Zool. I want to have a look at what this other set of arms is all about as well, because it looks like you can have them folded like M. Bison. Fuck's this? There's like a random little plug inside arm that's not needed. I check that shit! Fucking gangster! There's also a couple of extra chests inside the bag as well. One of them's if you want the chest closed, because when you've got the Mega Smasher chest, it sticks out a little bit forward. I don't mind that. I'm going to keep that one on him, but it's nice to have the option. I'm not sure why there's a second one, though, because it looks exactly the same. Maybe it was in the bag by accident. Maybe it's an extra. I don't know. But either way, there's an extra one in there if you want it. Now, what I'm going to do next is get these horns bent back into position. It looks like they've just been resting in the bag in a weird way and it's caused them to bend. There's a couple of different ways you could do this. Some people would like steam them over a hot kettle. They would put them in hot water for a few seconds and then bend them back into place. I'm using this heat gun because it's not like a normal heat gun. It's not like one of those big powerful ones you use for resealing car doors or anything like that. It's a very low heat one that's used for like low level desktop crafting and stuff. So for anything like this, it's perfect. Well, if I do say so myself, that's worked pretty perfect. And standing them next to each other like this, it's funny to see the size difference. You can see how much bigger Guyver 3 is to the OG Guyver. So what I'm going to do now is get these dudes, put them in some cool positions, do some variations of the limb attachments and stuff like that. Take some cool photos of them, get a bit of footage, and I'll catch up with you at the end of the video. Cue that bad boy montage. So there you have it, two awesome Guyver figures from Figma, Guyver and Guyver 3. Two figures that, as far as I'm concerned, are like the ultimate Guyver toys in terms of detail and capturing the character of both units, especially in this scale, which is about 6 inches. Also, like I said at the start of this video, both of these toys were donated to me by one of my Slime Alliance members. So big shouts out to that guy, you know who you are. And if I were going to buy these both for myself, they'd both be very expensive. So much respect for that, and you know that they've both got a real good home here in my Slime House collection. So what do you think of these figures? Do you like them as much as me? Are you a fan of the Guyver? Is there any other dope animes like this that I should be checking out and tracking down figures of? Let me know in the comments below. And if this is your first time here at Slimehouse TV, I'm Theo Kane. I drop videos every week here on this channel, so don't forget to go back and binge the back catalogue, because if you enjoyed this video today, chances are you're going to dig the rest of the content that's on this channel. I've also got a Patreon, so you can head over to patreon.com/SlimehouseTV if you want to help make this channel bigger and better than ever. There's a couple of tiers on there, including one that allows you to get videos like this 2 weeks in advance. And if you want to hit me up for whatever reason and don't want to comment publicly, the best place to do that is drop me a DM over on Instagram at Theo_Kane_Slimehouse. That's also the social media that I'm most active on, so it's also the best place to stay up to date with anything else that I've got going on with the channel. Like I said, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Sorry it's a quick one, but I'm off filming my new movie at the minute, which you'll know if you've been keeping up to date with my update videos and things like that. So in the meantime, I'm Theo Kane. I'll catch you in the next video, and until then, I'm gone. Pow!